In today's fast-paced world, everyone seems to be chasing their dreams, but only a few actually achieve them. Most people never reach their goals, held back by doubts and fears. As soon as we take the first step toward our ambitions, our minds flood with questions. What if I fail? What will people say? Will I ever make it? But the strongest and most paralyzing thought of all is the fear of failure. Why does this fear arise? How can we overcome it and focus on achieving our goals? Let's uncover the answers through a story of a wise Buddhist monk. A long time ago, a monk lived in a small hut near a dense forest. Known for his deep wisdom, people came from far and wide to seek his guidance. No matter how complicated the problem, he always found a way to resolve it. One day, as the monk returned from a nearby village after begging for alms, a young man stopped him. The man said, "I've heard a lot about your wisdom, but honestly, I'm not sure I believe it. Still, I have a question for you. Why do we feel so afraid of failing in life? And how can we achieve our goals without letting that fear hold us back?" The monk smiled and said, "I'll answer your question, but first walk with me to my cottage." Curious, the young man agreed. They reached the monk's hut as the sun set. After a simple meal, they went to sleep. The next morning, the monk said, "Let's take a walk through the forest." The young man, eager to hear his answer, followed. After some time, they came upon a cave. The monk pointed toward it and said, "Come, let me show you around this cave." The young man hesitated but nodded. He had always been curious about caves, so he followed the monk inside. As they ventured deeper, the light faded and the cave grew darker. Suddenly, the monk stepped back, slipped out of the cave, and closed the entrance behind him. The young man called out, "Where are you? Why did you leave me here?" But there was no response. Alone in the pitch-black darkness, fear began to creep in. Was the monk trying to harm him? What was the meaning of this? Panicked, the man ran to the entrance, but it was sealed. Trapped, his mind raced with thoughts of danger. What if wild animals were lurking in the shadows? What if he never escaped? He wandered aimlessly in the darkness, trying to find a way out. After hours of searching, his strength began to fade. Exhausted, hungry, and thirsty, he sank to the ground in despair. As he sat there, he noticed a faint beam of light shining through a tunnel high above him. The light ignited a spark of hope. Determined to escape, he pushed aside his fear and focused solely on reaching the light. It wouldn't be easy. The tunnel was high, and the path was treacherous. But he had no choice. Gathering his strength, he climbed toward the light step by step. After what felt like an eternity, he finally reached the tunnel. Just as he was about to give up, he saw the monk waiting at the top, his hand outstretched. Relieved, the young man grabbed his hand and climbed out of the cave. Once outside, he erupted in anger. "What were you thinking? Leaving me alone in that dark cave? Do you know how scared I was?" The monk smiled calmly. "Let's talk about what just happened," he said, handing the young man some water. "You made it out of the cave because of two things. First, your hunger and thirst pushed you to act. Second, there was no one there to distract you with doubts or advice." The young man looked confused. The monk continued, "In life, success is like finding your way out of a dark cave. Often we fail because we let others fill our minds with negativity. They say things like, 'That's impossible,' or 'There's an easier way.' These doubts distract us, and we lose focus. Another reason we fail is impatience. The journey to success is long, and our minds crave quick results. When progress feels slow, we abandon our path and start over, hoping for something easier. But true success demands perseverance and single-minded focus. Do you remember how you reached the tunnel? You ignored the darkness around you and focused only on the light. If the cave had been brighter, you might have seen the obstacles, deep pits or scary creatures, and given up. Instead, your hunger for freedom and your focus on the light led you to success." The monk paused, then said, "In life, you must block out distractions and keep your attention fixed on your goal. Stop worrying about what others say or do. Stop comparing your progress to theirs. Stay on your path, and when the time is right, those same people will applaud your success." The young man's anger melted away. "You've taught me a great lesson today," he said. "From now on, I'll focus only on my goals and ignore the fear of failure. I'll prove to myself and the world that I can succeed." With a deep bow, he thanked the monk and returned to his village, carrying a newfound determination to conquer his fears and achieve his dreams.